Earlier this week, Activision, the maker of games like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which actually hit store shelves today, announced that it is acquiring the company behind the highly popular mobile game Candy Crush. And that company is called King Digital, and it was acquired for $5.9 billion. This is a huge deal and could have interesting repercussions to the entire mobile gaming market. To give us his take, we are joined by Deputy Managing Editor of TechnoBuffalo Todd Haselton via Skype. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I want to know, why is this acquisition such a big deal? Does it all have to do with mobile here?
I think it has to do with mobile and console, and I think if Activision is smart, it'll take a two-pronged approach. I think it'll target mobile gamers continually with games that King was already making, so Candy Crush, those kind of fun games, the casual games, as people say. But I also think there's a huge opportunity to add a mobile component to popular console and PC games.
So, Todd, what do you think this means for the average gamer? Do you think this is going to affect the quality of Black Ops or Candy Crush or any of those games that people are literally addicted to?
Yeah, I think it can actually add a really great element to gaming. So if you look at Bethesda, for example, they're launching Fallout 4 really soon, and they have a mobile component that allows you to play parts of the game, whether it's viewing the map or your stats and stuff on your phone while you're playing. And I think Activision is totally set up to do that. So you can imagine a future Black Ops game where maybe you have an entire component of that game on your phone. You can keep track of your players and stuff. And we've seen this already with a few of games, but in the future, I think this is a huge opportunity. They can take what King has learned in the mobile space and then sell it to hardcore gamers as well. So, mobile has been great for King. They have, they have Candy Crush Saga and crazy games like that that maybe casual gamers that aren't really hardcore play, but they haven't attracted that real big audience on console and PC. And now Activision can sort of get the best of both worlds.
Well, maybe Activision is getting the best of both worlds, but what about Candy Crush? Are they being bailed out from a situation that, say, a year from now was going to be pretty ugly?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you look at Zynga and some of these games are sort of going down the tubes a little bit, and you even look at Facebook, for example, has said they're going to stop allowing people to promote their games on the news feeds because it's sort of annoying and very spammy. And yeah, exactly. So I think, this was a good thing for King. I mean, they're now going to have the money to sort of continue to stay in the space. I know they're going to operate a little independently from Activision, but and also to probably explore new areas where they haven't been before.
What about this coincidence that Black Ops 3 is also dropping today? Is there any sort of analysis that we should learn or glean from that?
No, I don't think so. I think that was probably scheduled a while ago, and compared to when the King purchase was made, I don't think there's any tie between the two. But I think in the future we will see, hopefully, a tie between what King has done in the past and future releases for games such as Black Ops, where leading up into a launch, there's plenty of time to really promote a game through mobile means. So gamers that are really, really excited about this game might start to buy a mobile app or little tidbits of games that they can play before the full release. And that way Activision's making money off a game before it even hits store shelves and sort of expanding the hype. And hopefully through social means that we've seen King is capable of doing.
Well, Todd, speaking of, pumping up the hype, do you think that Activision is going to use the Candy Crush team to push its own game brands? Are we going to see this weird cross-pollination of two very distinct types of gamers? Or maybe they are the same person. Maybe the person that plays Candy Crush also likes Black Ops. Or maybe we're going to see Call of Duty Candy Crush.
It's a really good point, and I think it's something that should be done, but especially when you look at, you can see casual games have come out of the new Star Wars movie, for example, that wouldn't have attracted maybe always Star Wars fans, but are attracting casual gamers. And I think Activision can definitely leverage their space with the hardcore gamers and popular gamers and sort of try to mix the two. I mean, I myself play Activision's titles on PC and PlayStation 4, and I also have played Candy Crush, so I would fit right in that market. But you have to think about people who've only played Candy Crush, who have only played these console games. There's definitely a market for the two to be mixed. And I don't know if it's a Call of Duty Candy Ops, but it seems probable.
Yeah, right. Well, you heard it here first if that actually happens. One last question for you. We've seen so much mergers, so much M&A activity this year in a bunch of different industries across the board. What do you think that this particular acquisition means for mobile and tech in the M&A space?
I think it shows the importance of mobile for gaming companies. I think there are two huge spaces right now for growth in gaming, and that's virtual reality and that's mobile. And I think this just goes to show Activision put a lot of cash into where it thinks mobile is going. But we can't forget about virtual reality, and I hope Activision doesn't either. And I'm interested to see what it does in that space as well.
Yeah, Todd, me too. I love virtual reality. We'll have to have you back on soon to talk about that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Be sure to follow Todd on Twitter at RoboTodd and check out TechnoBuffalo.com. For Fox Gamer, I'm Jo-Ling. See you next time.